Guys, it's Adria and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, the method of cooking that we will be discussing is sauteing. And the dish that we will be cooking is sizzled citrus shrimp. I'm excited already. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so to begin, sauteing literally means to jump. It's a French word, to jump. And what that came from is the way that the food reacts as you're cooking it. So sauteing is a cooking method that uses relatively high heat levels to cook food in a minimal amount of fat. And this fat that you're cooking in is typically in oil. You can use butter, but butter does, because you're cooking in at such high temperatures, butter has a tendency to burn. So typically if you're going to use butter, you'll either clarify it of its dairy products, or you'll combine it with oil and just watch it very carefully. Now while you're sauteing, what you're trying to achieve is a very nice browning on this food, and it can be meat or produce. What you're trying to do is achieve a very nice browning on the food, which will add a nice rich flavor to it. And because it's cooked in small amounts of time, what you typically want to use is tender pieces of meat or produce. And today what we're going to be cooking, of course, sauteing, of course, is shrimp. So as you can see, shrimp is very small, it's very thin, which is ideally what you want. You want evenly cut thin slices of meat if you're going to cook meat, because what this does is aid in that quick cooking process to ensure that your food is cooked all the way through, and to help aid in a nice browning of the meat. Alrighty, so our recipe has two parts. The first part requires us to marinate our shrimp for approximately 15 minutes. Now, during this time, we're going to do a bit of multitasking. We're going to prep our asparagus that we're going to be serving with this dish to be roasted in the oven, as well as preparing our sauce that this shrimp will be sauteed in. All right, so what our marinade calls for is white cooking wine, lemon juice, and minced garlic. Now, just to deviate from it a little bit, I typically like to season my meat. So what I'm going to do is add a small amount of Old Bay just to season the shrimp up a little bit. And that's all I'm going to add additionally to this marinade. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get our marinade going, and then I'll be right back so we can begin to work on our sauce. I have all of our contents for our marinade in the bowl, and what we're going to do now is just cover our shrimp in the marinade. Let it get a good kind of like glaze going. And then we're going to place it in the refrigerator for approximately 15 minutes. We're going to cover it and place it in the refrigerator, let it sit as we prepare for the rest of our meal. So we've basically hit our 15-minute mark. And what we're going to do is go ahead and pop our asparagus into the oven so that it can get roasted while we are sauteing the rest of our shrimp. Alright, so what I've done is I've heated the oven to medium-high heat, and what we're going to do is remove our shrimp from our marinade, and we're going to place it into the pan and let it get like a nice pink color. Alright, so now that we've added, you can see it's jumping. It's sauteing. And what I'm using to place the shrimp in the pan is tongs. What it does is allow for easy transfer. We are going to transfer our shrimp to a bowl now that it is barely pink, and we have turned it once. And with the remaining juices that formed from cooking the shrimp, or sauteing the shrimp, we're going to add a single bay leaf into the mix. We're going to add 1/4 tablespoon of crushed red pepper, as well as pink Himalayan salt to the mix. And we're going to take the rest of our marinade and pour it into the pan as well. So now this is what we have in our pan currently. That mixture to a simmer, and then we're going to add the shrimp. It's been simmering for approximately 4 minutes, and I have removed it from the pan, as well as our asparagus has finished roasting. And so here is our finished product. Sizzled citrus shrimp being served with roasted asparagus. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!